So as many of you may have noticed, I've been a little bit absent from this main YouTube channel I've got right here, Rister Mice, and I thought I'd upload a short little video with no script talking about why that is. Now, to be fair, I am uploading my shorts still, and I'm still making them. I'm still going through all that. It's just a part of my weekly routine at this point. The shorts aren't really going to change, but I wanted to talk about main videos and like the state of my channel and what I want to do moving forward. Long story short, the reason I haven't been uploading videos on this YouTube channel, there was a major in America that I didn't cover, their CEO I'm not going to cover, and then there's two majors this week that in all likelihood I'm not going to cover. And truthfully, if you want to know it like honest, there's a good chance I don't cover another tournament on this channel ever again. But that's kind of the secondary reason why I haven't been uploading, and we'll get to that later. But the first reason, which is why my attention has kind of been away from the channel right now, is because I have been really busy over on my second channel, Rat Mice. That's where I play a bunch of variety games, and let me tell you, Deltarune and Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic coming out within like a week of each other has made me very busy on that channel. I've got my Deltarune videos uploaded, and I'm in the midst of recording Secret of the Mimic, which is going to be a longer, more video essay style type content. And that I've been spending since the beginning of June, since Deltarune released, I've been working on those two projects for the Rat Mice video or channel. So yeah, that's where I've been. That's why a lot of my attention has been gone. But truthfully, I am glad that my attention's been off of Rister Mice, because I am kind of in another weird state where I don't really know what I should be doing with this channel. Truthfully, I know that a lot of my recent tournament recaps have been successful-ish in comparison with montage content. It's pretty safe to say that montage content is dead on Rister Mice. Like, even when I uploaded one back in that weekend where there were 3 majors, they're gone, and it underperformed. And that was fine. I didn't really like making the montage style videos, so I am happy enough to move on from that. But even the new tournament style recaps I've been doing, the, Kulan, the Momocon, the Kaguribi, Level Up Expo, even those have not really been as received as I would like. And I know Min Min is a controversial topic, but my video on, the Min Min's game breaking technique, my arm canceling video, I really was hoping that that would kind of blow up, so to speak. I was kind of making it sort of like a Fire the Pyro video in a sort of way. And, I think part of it is that Min Min just isn't an interesting character. People don't want to see content about Min Min. People don't want to watch Min Min. People don't care about her, which is why the video didn't perform very well. And to be honest, that's my fault. Maybe I could have spent another week in the editing room. Maybe I could have picked another main, I don't really, there's not really a lot I can say about it at this point now that the video's already out and it's flopped. But I'm kind of burnt out of Smash, to be honest, for a couple reasons. Like, even these new tournament recaps, which, like, I have had good receptions, they're just not as successful as I need them to be. I mean, when I lost my contract with Luminosity, I realized that, if I wanted to keep doing this as like my main source of income, 5,000 views per tournament just was not going to cut it. And I asked myself, what is the point of me spending 2 or 3 days on a video about a tournament, going into this deep dive about it and talking about everything notable, when someone else, or even my own channel, can just slap clips together from the tournament and get just as many, if not more, views? What am I actually freaking doing here? Wasting my time on things that people don't want to watch. And that's not to mention that, like, my relationship with the Smash community is still very strenuous. Keep in mind, my recent short series on the best stage of every character has been well received ever since I stopped recording my own footage and started using tournament VODs and stock footage of the stages. Ever since I made that change around the Kirby episode, or after the Kirby episode, I think, it's been a lot better received. And don't get me wrong, it's been very nice to not be a controversial figure for the first time in about a year. For like the first time in what feels like forever, I'm not going onto Twitter and seeing 10 think pieces about how I'm actually ruining Smash content forever. And I'm just like, it feels good on one hand, but on the other, it's that, like, now that I've gone through the effort of self-improvement, of improving my content, of improving myself and making, you know, things better, it feels like no one cares anymore. People only ever really want to talk about me when I'm doing things wrong. And it's like, I have really appreciated the break of being an uncontroversial figure for once in my life, but like, I feel has led to, it feels like I'm being punished for improving. So, you know, I'm feeling very unsatisfied with my content because it's not as successful. Like, I am putting in more effort for less reward than like other channels or even my own channels. Lower effort could get higher views than what I'm producing. And not to mention that on my criteria, I'm only ever making videos about majors, meaning that however many videos I make is entirely dependent on how many majors there are, which is not a good tactic, honestly, for consistent channel uploads. I don't know if you know. So I went back to the drawing board, so to speak. I'm in this Discord with a bunch of these content creators, and my God, the vent channel has been most used by me. That is my most used channel in any Discord I've ever been in, because I've just had so many frustrating thoughts. And if I'm being honest, I still feel like the reverberations from the Worst Move series, where I was truly the like villain and everyone like hated me. I'm still like, it hasn't really affected my day-to-day life in the sense where like I'm still working. What other options do I have? You know, I'm still technically, I just keep grinding, but being honest, there isn't a single day that goes by where I don't think about it, you know? I haven't had a single day go by where I don't regret how things ended with Luminosity. I wish things had just gone and played out a little bit differently. There's not a single day that goes by that I feel, where I don't feel like I blew it. I don't want to use the word traumatized because I don't want to downplay actual people struggling with real issues, but like, I feel scarred in the sense that I don't think my relationship with this community will ever really heal. I don't think things will ever go back to the way they were, where I will truly feel good about making videos about Smash Bros. I don't know if I'm ever going to feel good about it again in my life, because of how just scarring that one period of my life was, of those few months where I felt like my life was crashing down around me and I just couldn't make a good video to save my life. So I've gone back to the drawing board and I was talking with all these other creators, and someone brought up a really good point. And that is that if you go to my channel right now, which I'm doing, but you can't really see it because I have full screen on. If you go to my videos and you click popular and you look at my most viewed videos, they're not tournament recaps. My two most viewed videos of all time is a story video about Akola versus Myron and a player documentary about Toriguri. And you start listening to like people in the comments talking about, oh, what was your first Rooster Mice video? And you hear stuff like the Tsubaki video, you know, you start hearing like stuff like that. And one content creator in particular, Avenger Spencer, he pointed this out to me and he asked, like, these player documentaries / other like story videos are your most viewed videos you've ever made. Why did you stop making them? And truthfully, there's a few answers. The first one is that I got picked up by Luminosity and then kind of just got busy with what they wanted me to do. And the other is that I kind of released 2 more player documentaries after that. I made one on Yonepi and I made one on Hurt, and they underperformed, and I got convinced that I shouldn't go further down that route. But I'm back at that now. I'm back in this place where I'm seeing the success those videos had, and I'm agreeing with Spencer in the sense that I should have kept doing that this whole time. So where have I been? I've been working on my second channel because truthfully, making those videos has been more fun than anything I've made on Rister Mice in the past maybe year. But I can't exactly jump ship and make Rat Mice my main channel because no one watches it really. It's still like a small insignificant channel that no one really checks out. I would be kind of an idiot to jump ship and start making only videos there because I would lose everything. And what is it going to look like after this? I am going back to player documentaries. I am not really going to be making tournament recaps anymore unless there's like a story within that tournament recap that I want to highlight. Like Spargo plant kind of thing. Rob, like MKLeo going a whole new character kind of thing. Something like that where I'm looking at one specific moment, Kola Myron, where I'm looking at one specific moment from a tournament and I'm telling a story about that. I will not recap tournaments as a whole anymore. There are a lot of channels who are doing that, especially also with montage content. There are a lot of other channels who are already doing that. I'm gonna put up a few channels on screen right now who are making great content in that vein. And if you're going to miss montage content from me, if you're going to miss tournament recap content from me, I can't recommend these channels enough because they're doing what I did, and honestly, they're doing it better because they're not wasting time talking, you know, and they're not, and a lot of them have better editing than I do. Side note, I don't know if I've ever gotten over my imposter syndrome in terms of the fact that I think my editing is awful. I'm so not confident about it. And like, I don't know, it feels terrible. It feels really bad. But like, yeah, I like, it's kind of unrelated tangent, but for some reason I just can't get it out of my head that I feel like my editing is just complete garbage. But yeah, there's a lot of channels that you saw on screen that are doing that kind of thing, that are more passionate about doing it than I am. Me personally, I want to focus on making higher quality videos less often, and those will be player documentaries. Now, here's what I'm going to do, I think, in terms of a future plan. Right now, what I'm going to do, the plan and the moment is to create 2 player documentaries a month. That might get shortened to 1. I'm not even gonna lie, it might become 1, but I'm gonna try for 2. And they're gonna have concrete release dates that I'm going to advertise like days before so that people will be ready for them. I might try to make them at the same time. I might try to do like the 15th of every month and then like the 30th of every month. Now, not every month has 30 days. We would, you know, schedule around that, but I would want one in the middle of the month and I'd want one at the end of the month. That is kind of what I am thinking of doing at this point. Now, of course, though, that wouldn't count for June because June I'm gonna be really busy for the rest of June. I've still got to finish my Secret of the Mimic video. I'm going to be a part of a charity live stream with another group of streamers. And then June's practically over at that point. So I'm thinking that July is really going to be where I start doing a lot of this stuff. And then the other part, shorts. In order to make up for the fact that long form videos are going to reduce in quantity, I am going to take my short form content and I'm going to increase its quantity, which means that yes, I believe we are going back to daily short uploads at this point. I wasn't really confident in doing it when I was like creating a video like every week, maybe 2 weeks, but with a format like this, I am more confident in my ability to make videos and release short form videos every single week or every single day. That doesn't start July. Unlike the long form content thing, that's not going to start in July. That's going to start with my next short series. I'm not entirely sure what that's going to be, but I believe I might do every character's best secondary. Gosh, so yeah, and then streams. I'm planning on doing more of those. Basically what I'm gonna be doing is like, I think I'm gonna do a stream like maybe every weekday. This is definitely the part I have not really solidified in yet at this point. So yeah, that's kind of an update. I just wanted to let you guys know where I've been, what I'm doing, all that stuff. Keep an eye on Rat Mice. There's one more Deltarune video going up where I beat the secret bosses of each chapter of the new ones. And then soon, hopefully before the end of the month, my Secret of the Mimic video will come out. Very excited for that one. I have to actually finish playing the game first, but should be a fun one. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. And with that said, I've been Mr. Mice. Thank you guys for understanding, and please let me know your thoughts in the comments. And with that said, I'll see you guys next time. Farewell, everyone.